putting me back. Kirk, you're still alive, my old friend. Fire!
Don't grieve, Admiral. It's logical. The needs of many outweigh
the needs of the few.
Remember.
Fire at will!
Admiral, there be whales here. Yes.
I think the Star Trek persists and is here in its 50th year because it is such an optimistic idea. It's the rehearsal of the notion that we might not perish because of our own stupidity.
The core of Star Trek is a powerful, simple idea, which is what happens if we all work together?
I don't like to lose.
Then you never faced that situation. Faced death.
I don't believe in the no-win scenario.
For me, I felt like it was important that with this film coming out on its 50th anniversary, it can kind of reaffirm why it's been with us for so long.
More than anything else, I'm really just excited to be a part of the celebration of what this franchise is, what it represents, and who the people are that are responsible for it. The Gene Roddenberrys and the Leonard Nimoys.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Message, Spock?
None that I'm conscious of. Except, of course, happy birthday. Surely the best of times.
This feels like such a big deal, this one. It means a lot to us that this film resonates with the fans and with people who've never seen Star Trek, you know?
There is strength in unity.
If we don't help each other, we'll die here!
In the 50 years of Star Trek, just in the way they've constructed the stories, they always feel relevant to our world at the time.
No sapient life forms registering at all, Captain.
All the people are dead.
All dead, Captain. They have annihilated each other. Totally.
You know, we've come a long way, the 5 decades that Star Trek has been with us. At the time when it was created, it did the unthinkable.
Admiral, a pattern I've never seen before.
I think ultimately, too, it's our fascination with things unknown. That is something that persists, that desire to find out.
Voyager series. Designed to collect data and transmit it back to Earth.
It was created in the 60s, and there is kind of 60s optimism about it that endures, and it's meaningful to people.
Attention crew of the Enterprise. Our mission is straightforward. Rescue a crew stranded on a planet in uncharted space.
I think Star Trek is hugely important. It's a vision of humanity that is done with warring, with global environmental destruction. There's a unity in mankind. Mankind's come together and we're out there, we're exploring space.
Hey, Kaiser. Kevin, still not wearing pants, is he?
It's a universe where we're all accepted. There's no judgment or prejudice. It's all about hope. It offers us the idea of our own future, writ large.
I hope that when people see the film, it kind of, in a way, in a very subtle way, celebrates what was so great about the original Trek.
We are now entering the Mutara Nebula.
I definitely feel like there's this return to some of the nature of the original vision of the franchise.
Tactical.
It's funny, it's got a sense of humor, it doesn't take itself too seriously.
How many fingers do I have?
Gene Roddenberry, I think, really understood the balance of that in a lot of ways. You know, I think the evolution of it has gone even more in that direction.
I ripped my shirt again.
We used a lot of names and references, and we put some little things in there that were always going back to the original series.
In a pig's eye.
Bones always ended up having the great lines we could call back to.
I am functioning adequately, Captain.
In a pig's eye, you are.
We make a good team, right?
I believe we do.
I grew up in the 80s, and it was the reruns of the original series. You know, I think of it being on in our living room every day. The crew of the Enterprise became kind of our family.
Star Trek was always about character over science fiction for me, and any good Star Trek film, that's the heart. It's the characters.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend.
I want you to know why I couldn't let you die.
Because you are my friend.
Live long and prosper.
I mean, that's kind of the beautiful thing about Star Trek, was that it had this very egalitarian perspective on the world, and at the same time was so much about the affection between the crew members and their relationships. And I think that's why you cared about the show, and I think that's why you care about these characters.
We can only hope that there is a life form aboard that vessel that reasons the way we do.
Star Trek has incredible faith in humanity. Being a part of this particular franchise, which has that message at its core, is something that I feel very grateful for.
Ultimately, Roddenberry presents this hopeful universe. We are the answer, you know, like we are the thing that will evolve and will bring about a better way of living.
Spock.
Did we just see the beginning of a new life form?
Yes, Captain. We witnessed a birth. Possibly a next step in our evolution.
There's something about Star Trek that is good-hearted. It's powerful and optimistic and sweet, in addition to exciting and surprising and shocking and stunning and sometimes heartbreaking. It's the possibility that is so strong.